When it's my thing, ain't enough material to talk about, something else pops up, and I just grab something, grab my attention. Let me share this first, and I'm gonna get right back with you guys. You guys gotta see. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Let me share this. Get it out there. 1 second, guys. I'm just sharing this real quick. Back with you. All right, that's good enough right there. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I am back. Yeah, where do I start? The last live I did, which is about 2 hours, maybe an hour ago, whatever. I went to get me a pack of cigarettes real quick. The last live I did, I was talking about how certain attitudes, black women are a problem, whatever. And I didn't get into the conversation about how they're perceived a lot of times. And I was thinking about that when I got offline. I said, you know what, this ain't cool right here, but whatever, we'll let it sit. I was talking about the podcast itself, or the stream, whatever you want to call it, right? So sometimes God leave you to something or whatever. I'm not a bad person, I really am. So I said, well, you know what? Until you force me. I said, you know what? Let me go look a little bit, see what's going on, whatever the case may be. And so I went and I started looking at different videos, whatever. I'm sure it's right way. In my last podcast that I just did, I had a woman come in, and this woman was very rude to me. She told me, she said, "Hey, your black ass, this, that, that, that." This is what this woman said to me. And she said this to me in contempt because I said something that she didn't like about a certain judge that it got appointed and disciplined or whatever. Just hear me out. And then one of her comments, she said, "Don't call old black women with your black ass, your black ass, your black ass." She called me black ass like 4 times in the video. Get beat by the cops. And I said, "Okay, I get what you're saying, whatever, whatever." And I said to myself, you know what? I've seen a lot of videos with black women getting beat up by the police. You know what I mean? A lot of them. That's not tit for tat. I remember one infamously, which was a girl down in Texas, God bless her heart, who lost her life. I don't forget what that woman's name was, but everybody was like, say her name, say her name. Remember that? And so, and if anybody remembers her name, I forgot her name because it's been so long ago. I don't mean to disrespect her, but I remember that woman got killed by police, if I'm not mistaken. And so, in the last broadcast I did, in that broadcast, a woman came and she said, "When the police beating your black ass and your black ass and your black ass," and she kept saying this to me. And I'm just like, I know a lot of videos where I've seen black women and just women in general getting beat up, including in my own state, including in my own state. Sometimes these women get rambunctious. Sandra Bland, there you go. Thank you very much, Leon. Sandra Bland, God bless her heart. She didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve that at all. I don't care what nobody says. She didn't deserve that. Just like the other guy um, that we just celebrated his death the other day. I forgot what his name is. George Floyd. There's so many of them. I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. It's just so many of them. And so she's right to a certain extent. But when you exempt yourself from the conversation, as your gender is concerned, and say to me, and write a comment, bold enough to write a comment, because she was bold enough to write a comment. I took a screenshot and was saying. And so she blackity black this and the black. It almost sounded like a Klan member was talking to me. If you didn't notice, you would think a Klan member was talking to you. So I let it go. But I saw this video and I had seen it earlier today and it brought me back to something. I said, yo, I know chicks that claim they got beat by the police and shit. I mean, I know chicks personally that got beat by the police, whooped up on and everything else, and they were black. So what are you exactly saying to me? So as I'm trying to blow this video up, I don't know why I won't. Oh, okay, that's why I won't. I was like, why this video won't blow up? I wanted to blow up so y'all can see it on screen. I'm about to take it through a video and I'm gonna narrate it a little bit while this is loading up. This young girl, she had to be no more than 19, 20, or whatever the case may be. You're going to see in this video, a cop runs up on her and tells her she has a warrant. The first thing she says is, I don't have a warrant. And she starts kind of arguing with him, you know what I mean? And the thing about it is, they don't even give this girl a moment to respond. And it kind of bothered me because it was this one particular white cop you're going to see in the video that's literally, you know what I'm saying, on her. And he's on her hard. He's on her like a man. But what I want y'all to especially pay attention to, and this is why I say some of the things that I say, is the black cop that's behind her. Sir, you are out of bounds. And this is what I tell a lot of people, and sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's important to understand when we have conversations or whatever. One thing, which is this. That's her getting taken down. Now watch this. He hooking on her like a woman. Now that's the black cop. The black cop is like, let go. I got her. He still won't stop. That black cop has no control. No control. I'm going to start this over. I want y'all to see it again. I want y'all to see this again. He's punching that woman like a man. And that's the black cop you see standing up. And he has no control. He punched that woman. And I'll play it again for you in a minute. Let me just say what I got to say. I want you to hear what this girl says after she's been punched by a police officer several times. Listen to her voice. Sir.
No, wow, excuse me. No, excuse me, sir. Like,
sir.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
No.
You hear the guy in the background? I refute the name of the Son, the Lord, and the Holy Ghost. Behind him, you hear the voice of her saying, sir. This video disturbed me for many of different reasons. Number one, and I'm going to play it again so y'all can see it again. Number one, he was whooping on that chick like she was a man. That's for one. White boy, white cop, you deserve to get your ass whooped just like you was whooping on that woman. Because if y'all don't know, and sometimes it's just good goddamn police work. I stand. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to all you good police officers that don't do shit like this, but you your rankings, there are men that are convicted of this very same thing, beating their wives like this. Oh, it's a ton of them. Nationwide, the unions are coming, they'll protect them once, maybe even twice. But pretty soon after another, pretty soon you got a guy that's in a whole heap of trouble. You understand? And they'll get a conviction or whatever. So, he says, a rerun of the DMX video. Appreciate that. RP to X, man. Second thing that bothered me was when she was getting beaten, the black cop came in and he had no control of the situation. He had no control over her. He had no control, more importantly, over the white cop that was beating her in her face. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is the problem, and I tell y'all this before, and I got to say this with the young girl, because she wasn't properly trained. When they come and they tell you to put your hands behind your back, put your hands behind your back. So many of these videos I see, y'all, and y'all get stopped by the police or something like that, and they say, put your hands behind your back or you're detained. You want to start talking about your Fifth Amendments and all this shit or whatever. These niggas don't care. Please remember the year that you're in, 2026. In 2026, there's a lot of things that happen. I just lost 4 people for saying that, and you'll probably be the person that happens to. Put your motherfucking hands behind your back. We watched a friend of mine right in New York. I might have heard of a story. And it was of a guy that was a rapper. I didn't even know he was a rapper. He was from Harlem. This happened just recently. And he had a mental crisis, right? In the subway. I think it was about 59th Street. I might be wrong, but I believe it was about 50th or 59th Street. And many of y'all, if y'all living in New City, Tri-State area, you know what I'm talking about. He was a rapper. And his mental deteriorated a little bit over the years. You know what I'm saying? And so what happened was he went into, I guess, a subway station, and apparently some people say he slashed some people. It seems to be true. At the same time, he was claiming he was the devil and a whole bunch of other things or whatever. And the cops in the video, and you can find it if you're looking for it. The cops in the video, I'm not going to play it because I got a reason why. That was my friend's friend. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the live. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to play it for that reason. It's out of respect for my friend. But people knew him in Harlem. He's from Harlem. And you see in the video, they tell him repeated times, we can work this out. Just calm down. Everything's gonna be all right. Just calm down. But this is a crisis situation with somebody having a mental health um, outburst. He had a machete on him, and he hit two people, and they still was letting him live. And finally, after telling him several times, put the machete down, put the gun down, whatever, BX. After telling him to put the knife down, if you live in New York, y'all remember this. This has happened not too long ago. Uh, they shot him. He walked one person with a machete on 50th or 59th Street. Tragedy because he died. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, pay attention to what I'm telling you. In today's age, you got a bunch of new cops out. These cops are rookies. I'm noticing that more and more when I'm in New York. These cops are rookies. You understand what I'm saying? And they're trigger happy. Fresh out the academy. They're not like the old cops. The old cops, they that even before, I'll give you an example, even before marijuana was legal, it was a time the New York cops, they didn't give a shit. They'd be like, certain ones, they'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Go down there, though. Just walk away from me. You know what I mean? They would tell you that. They would literally tell you that. Now, these cops you got now, they're not the same as the veteran cops. A lot of veteran cops have checked out. They knew the streets of New York. They knew the tri-state in general. And now they're gone. These cops that I'm showing you in this video, that was a young cop. That's the point I'm getting at. I want to show you all this video one more time. Appreciate it. He said I'm speaking facts. Play this video one more time to see this. He takes her down. Now watch the hand play. He can't get her down. So now he starts snuffing her. And you see he keeps repeating hitting her. The dude, the black, is telling her, let her go. He's still punching her. That's hate. I want to show y'all that one more time. That's hate. Watch again. That's hate. See how many times he's punching her? That's hate. And the black cop has no control. He keeps telling her, let go, let go, him let go. He's not talking to the girl, he's talking to him. I got her. Let me keep my composure. Now I want you to watch the behavior. And this is what I have a problem with. Now you hear the man in the background, you wrong for that.
Excuse me.
Now he's talking about Jesus. Hitting that girl like that.
No, excuse me.
She's sitting up here trying to be cordial with them. Excuse me, sir. That's the problem. That's the problem. You ever seen the movie Django Unchained? Who's seen the movie Django Unchained in here? You already know. If you ever seen the movie Django Unchained, there's one pivotal scene in that movie. And it's when Django doesn't want his girlfriend, but Broomhilda, to get hit with what do you call that? Branding. Branding of a runaway slave tear on her eye, whatever. He didn't want her to get that branding, so he starts begging. Please, please, please. Now, if you mess her up now, Mr. Corrigan ain't gonna like it now. He don't want her to be messed up. She ain't gonna be no better than the comfort girl. And what did he say to him? That's right, boy, beg. He said the Night Riders. They couldn't be the Night Riders no more, so they turned into the Klan. They couldn't be the Klan no more, so they turned into something else. And a lot of these people that you got joining the force nowadays got a certain personality about them that's not condensing with the past mentality of a lot of the cops. A lot of the old cops, yeah, they'd be racist or whatever, but they knew the difference between a motherfucker starting trouble and a motherfucker just having fun. And they would accordingly approach it like that. You can ask anybody in New York City, they're going to tell you the same thing, the majority of them. Now, if you had the trap house or something like that, them niggas, see, he said facts. Now, if you had the trap house, something like that, nigga, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? But if you just sitting out on the block or something like that or whatever. This girl further goes on in the video, which I'm going to play, and she starts talking about she has a mental health crisis and call her dad. Sweetheart, that ain't gonna help you either. What you need to do is you need to tell them, please call me a captain. And that's what that white gentleman and the black gentleman should have done. When I show you the rest of the video, and this is in the South, you're gonna see and circle around it. This is why I don't, you know what I mean? Those shots to the South, what it is in the South. So for the two people that got mad, that's on you. This is the shit that's going on in your neighborhood, in your neck of the woods. This shit ain't going on up in here. Chud the Builder's in Tennessee. He ain't in Manhattan. What we talking about? So don't get mad when I say something about the South. Y'all got to sharpen some shit up down there. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got a whole bunch of shit going on down in the South that we need to talk about. We got a whole bunch of shit going on up here too, but I can't stand when I see a nigga from the South sit online and you got some of the highest STD rates, or you got some of the highest violence, or you got some of the highest property theft and shit like that. You talking about what is and what should be up here in New York City. Now we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Because I ain't never seen a New York City police officer on a regular beat a motherfucker like this. And to be honest with you, yeah, there have been beatings and shit like that, but them niggas, they contain themselves to a certain extent now because they know lawsuits and shit like that is coming. This is somebody that works for a county that's not worried about that. And this, judging by the structure of the housing, you can tell this is somewhere real rural. So you have to look at the background of the housing. That's what set me off. Look at the background where there's nothing but trees when I show you the video this time. There's nothing but trees. This is in the country. And so a lot of times when you get these little small towns like that, the constituents and the cops there, they feel like they can act however the fuck they want to act. You have ever seen the show Dukes of Hazzard? They used to have a motherfucker named Boss Hogg. Boss Hogg run that bitch like he wanted to in Hazard County. This is Hazard County. And we don't do things like that down here. Y'all done heard that shit before. How do y'all fuck y'all not understanding what I'm saying? Not here in Hazard. Not here in my county. Play this one more time.
I have a warrant. I don't have a warrant in the house. What are you doing? I don't.
See the rural background? The guy's punching her. He's still punching her.
I got her.
No, hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't have a warrant or anything. Excuse me, sir. No, excuse me. No, wow, excuse me. No, excuse me, sir. Like,
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Excuse me.
Hands behind your back.
No, cooperate.
Hands behind your back.
I rebuke the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the devil.
No,
What is that girl?
excuse me. Excuse me, can you? Excuse me.
Baby, cooperate.
Excuse me.
I think I'm thinking. That's what that
Here
is.
comes another cop.
No, excuse me. Can you?
Put your hands
And
behind
you're
your
gonna
back
see
now.
another man.
Put your hands behind your back now.
So now she got 4 people on her.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Cooperate, cause they are the
Can
devil.
you take me to mental health? I'm not on medication. Can you call my daddy? I'm not on my medication. Call my daddy. You go to the
God
person.
have mercy on y'all folks, cause y'all don't preach what y'all so.
I seriously don't have a warrant. What's my name? And call things to the person.
You see the background?
Call things to the person.
You see the housing?
Call my daddy.
This is in the South. You hear her accent? That's all to it. That's all to it. And that's in the hood. You can tell that. I don't like what I just saw. And I'm starting to look at the South a little bit different than I used to. And let me explain what I mean by that. And I'm not dissing y'all. I'm telling y'all something. You guys are ground zero for redneck. I have to call him. He's there. And freaking in Tennessee, locked up. Clarksville, that's the name of it. He's locked in Clarksville, Tennessee right now. You got many of others that follow behind the same pattern or whatever, but it seems to be coming flooding from the South. So my question to the South is right now, what the fuck y'all got going on down there right now? I see a judge, a federal judge that's in her, she ain't got enough sense. She went to college and everything else to get in that position. And I was talking about her, female judge. And in Georgia, she got fired because she was having sex in her chambers. You understand what I'm saying? I talked about another It's in Alabama. She got fired. Same week, this past week, she got fired and removed because, well, she's on some type of leave or whatever. I don't want to say she got fired, but the other one did get fired. But whatever type of leave, administrative leave or consequences she came under, this was from her walking her dogs and having a preference to be drunk when she came. So I'm asking whether or your black judges, what the fuck is going on in the South? And I think it should be somebody that answers that from the South, because it looked like a lot of the shit that's going on right now, you can all trace it back to the South. So I'm just asking the question, like, what are y'all doing down there? Has it gotten that bad down there? Like, this is a conversation. This ain't a diss. This is a conversation. Has it gotten that bad down there? Everything I look at for demographics for the South and the Midwest are horrible. Whether you're talking about murder rates, STD rates, I think Texas leads in STDs now, but before it was Atlanta, Georgia. You've got a ton of different people that are out here that for some reason or another want to sit around, they want to argue and everything else. Like a lot of these arguments that you'll see a lot of times that are online, a lot of them you can configure from people from down south. I myself have had several times, sorry about that in the background. I myself several times have had individuals from the South that want to argue. They'll come into the conversation, want to argue with you like you at Sunday morning at Sunday Bible school or some shit. Bitch, I don't know you. Most of the people that come in and they try to correct my speech, you curse too much or whatever, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. Now you're a child. That's what you're a child. That's unprofessional. Into a man's what's the name while he's trying to talk about somebody. You've been here for 12 years and got 6 subscribers. That's unprofessional. What you didn't find out yet was you're a nobody. Always count on a nigga to try to interrupt the conversation when I'm talking about something deep. Always count on a nigga to interrupt your conversation when you're talking about something deep. And whether you believe how I just said it or not, you know this to be true. Always count on a nigga that's got some giggles. And I notice even the motherfuckers is always giggling all the time. It's coming from the South. So we don't do giggling with everybody up here up north. We'll never do that shit. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the South. And I think that's a fair question to ask. Nobody got any comments or nothing? Because I can go to another clip about the South. Matter of fact, all 3 of these clips I'm playing for you going to be about the South. So I'm just trying to wonder, do nobody won't say nothing? Nobody ain't got nothing to say? Y'all must be embarrassed by this shit, huh? Because y'all know it ain't right either. So let me tell y'all something. I'll give you a piece of advice real quick. From now on, especially that girl right there, you put your hands behind your back, sweetheart. If that black cop jaw and he was beating you like his granddaddy, daddy, and all them taught him down there in Pittsburgh, Tennessee. You understand what I'm saying? So put your fucking hands behind your back. Stop the arguments or whatever. What y'all fail to realize is a lot of times y'all sit there, and I gotta say this openly. What y'all fail to realize a lot of times is y'all sitting there and y'all arguing with these cops or whatever, but they're not the end game. The end game is the judge. You understand what I'm saying? That's where all the decisions going to go down with the judge, not the cop that's sitting in front of you or the 4 that's sitting around you that want to wrap them up. To me, that video that I just saw, them motherfuckers look like the Klan wrapping around that. And I got to say it no different than that. That looked like the Klan wrapped around that girl. Like, that's the same way they would have been back in 18 something or whatever. We caught a nigger. Where that? Over there in the field. How many people ran away? See some hours down. You understand what I'm saying? That type of shit. So you got to be collectively conscious of what's going on around you. And with all these white supremacists rising up, and they're now using social media as a conduit to recruit people. And y'all don't even see it happening. Y'all talking about rappers, who he's sleeping with, who's snitching, all that shit or whatever, right? But at the same time, these niggas is out here plotting on you niggas. I done seen so many, like that page I showed you today, that was a page where I showed y'all the video or whatever with Poetic Flacco, that's his name. Well, I showed you a video with him and the dude trying to misrepresent him. And please keep this in mind. There are 3 channels. I thought it was just 2. You know what I'm saying? But there's 3 channels that are using Poetic Flacco's video to somehow or another manipulate their followers. And these are like, some of these pages got 100,000 followers. I'm dead serious. And I see it and I'm peeping it. And there's more and more of them popping up. And what they use it as a tool and a mechanism to basically promote hate. So even if things are false, for example, they'll promote it like it's true. In the video, Poetic Flacco says, I'm one of the only few people that has a full video of Chud the Butcher shooting or whatever, right? The dude marks it and titles it, Poetic Flacco admits that he's got the long form video and it'll exonerate Chud the Butcher. And I said, what? Because in the video, the nigga Poetic Flacco doesn't say nothing like that. What he says, I heard him say, and if you're smart, you heard him say it too, but so much that these people are so racist that they want to believe it themselves. In the video, Poetic Flacco literally says, nigga, I don't care if I was facing jail time, I wouldn't give you a video, because the main content creator who he had up on the screen literally was so bold that he took that video and ripped it and didn't think for a minute, okay, you don't think nobody see that as propaganda? That's Nazi propaganda. So what he did was he titled it, headlined it differently. And he says, Poetic Flacco admits, and I swear to God to you, and I showed it to you, Poetic Flacco admits that he has a video to exonerate Chud the Butcher. I said, no, that's not what he said. Poetic Flacco said, even if I gave you the video, it wouldn't help you. Trust me, it wouldn't help you. That's what he said. And you were trying to ascertain that video because you're trying to exonerate that cocksucker, and it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. And for everybody defending him that's brown or black, please remember something. When that motherfucker gets convicted, and he's going to get convicted of something, when he gets convicted, you remember the position that you chose to fall under. Ain't no way in hell I would sit on my podcast and advocate. And I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not knocking anybody to do, but I'm just saying, ain't no way in fucking hell that I would go and sit with white men and have discussions, a racist white men at that. See, there's 2-3 different types of racist white men I've met in my life. And I've grown up around Italians and Greeks. And I'm later on speak about MYRON. And MYRON Gaines, he grew up here in Connecticut, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about. The whole state ain't nothing but Italian and Greeks. So, long story short here, and I'm talking about when you go further out from where I live at, especially. Now, I'm at the end of the state, basically. You know what I'm saying? But when you go out further, you learn this very quickly. It's Italian and Greek. So anyway, long story short, you can't go sitting with these people. And that's the difference that I have to, even though he said some messed up shit about people, I have to give a little bit of poise to Poetic Flacco, because at least he had the guts and the gumption to say what his position was. And I respect that. What I don't respect is if you're sitting there and you're in one position, you're saying, well, we're not looking at the legal facts. This seems to be the argument. We're not looking at the legal facts. We're only looking at it with feelings. Well, with the Diddy case, niggas wasn't looking at facts either. They was looking at their feelings. And their feelings fooled them and failed them. Is that fair? Is that fair? So it didn't turn out being the way that people thought it was going to be. That's my point. You understand what I'm saying? And it fooled a lot of people because they were going along with you couldn't be around the Diddy case and have an opposite opinion of what the masses did and think you was going to survive. It wasn't going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't going to happen. And I know this because I was there. So why is it that we have so much compassion for a man that shot a U.S. military soldier? And this will let a lot of people in the military know something as well. Stop thinking that you're part of the fucking country and shit like that. Because when it comes down to it, they've obviously shown you who they are as far as races are concerned. Not white people, racists. Very different connotation. White people don't even like racists. They look at them as trash. Well, y'all figure that out. But it's hard to explain that to people down south, because the only thing they see is racist, bigot, nasty motherfuckers. And some of them, their mamas have seen it, their grandmamas have seen it, everybody's seen it in their family. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say we don't have racists up here too, but they're not like the motherfuckers y'all got down there. No. Nigga would have did what Chud the Butcher did in the Bronx or Brooklyn or Queens or something like that. They would have dropped that nigga. As soon as he would have mentioned he was pulling out something, the average niggas would have dropped that nigga. He wasn't going away. He was selective in who he was picking. This nigga had picks. You understand what I'm saying? And any nigga that's listening to me right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tell me that nigga would have went over to motherfucking Marcy Project, Sumner. Tell me he would have went over to Queensbridge, been like, all right, do you believe in free speech? All right, nigga. What the fuck you saying? I got a gun on me. We do too. It would have lit that nigga. That would have been the last time you heard from that motherfucker. Y'all looked real docile, man, down south. I gotta say that. And I say it respectfully. Y'all niggas looked real fucking docile. And it wasn't a good look, homie. Especially when y'all be willing and killing. Y'all killed young Dolph in the same state that Chud the Butcher was walking around. I gotta say, it gotta be said. Let me ask you, has anybody you know watch your stream and was it awkward when they said what they saw? I don't give a fuck if you feel awkward. If you feel fuck awkward, you shouldn't be on here. I'm not here to make people see. That's where you get a mistake with me. See, hold on one second.
You know what? To be honest,
Stay right here. Stay right here. I just want to put this on pause. Let me explain something to you very quickly, right? The rest of these vloggers that you have, they're content on the fact and they depend on you because they want to hear everything that you have to say. They think that they lead in the revolution of what they consider being considerate and civilized and those things, right? That's what you had to do. What you're really dealing with is you're dealing with the most bunch of assimilation I've ever seen in my life. At one time in this country's history, with the Asian American community, they used to call it the model, what do they call it? The model minority. And that's what you're seeing now. You're seeing a lot of black people and brown people try to play the part of the model minority. Now the Asians are very clear with this or whatever. And I think, what was it called? The Chinese Expulsion Act. That's what it was called. The Chinese Expulsion Act. And this was doing, I think, World War One, maybe World War Two. I'm not sure which one, but it was one of those world wars. And after the war, whatever they doing, they considered some of the same Chinese that helped build the railroads and shit like that or whatever, because they did here in America. You better thank the Asians for your railroads. Asians and Indians and blacks built it, but it was more Asians than anybody. They were newly found Asian immigrants. They had an expulsion act formed against them to get them out of the country because they thought many of them were spies during the war. So for me, when you say, and to further my point, these were the same people that had set up Chinatown in San Francisco. You understand what I'm saying? California has the first Chinatown in the whole entire nation, if y'all knew that or not. Not New York, not Philly, not none of those. It's California. They all went to California because that's where they were building the railroads to start out at, the companies and stuff. They had the most investment. That's where you make the most money. And so gold rush was going on during the time of the construction of most of it. So that's the reason why. Anyway, long story short here, I'm not into assimilation. I don't give a fuck what you think about me, especially if you're not financially considering contributing to me, but you'll go and paper up a bitch that says she got hit by a brick. I really, you know what I'm saying? And sit there and literally listen to this woman. You know what I'm saying? What was her name? Rhoda or whatever. She lied to all of us. These are the same men that will go and purchase OnlyFans motherfucking subscription and never ask the girl, have you ever considered what people might think about you with you taking your clothes off for $4.99 a month? They'll never have a conversation with that girl. These are guys that will go and view an Instagram post and see a girl damn near with her whole body out, and they will subscribe to that page because they want to see her again. Why don't you talk to me about morals? Oh, we all got our motherfucking snakes, but the biggest snake that you got and the biggest poison that you got right now collectively as a group is the fact of your wanting to join and be assimilated. See, I come from a time in a period where people didn't want to be assimilated. Being assimilated was actually a fucking insult. I want to be like everybody else. That's why you hear a lot of people nowadays. You'll hear black kids. Black kids don't even sound like black kids anymore. Most black kids sound like white kids nowadays. Most Latin kids sound like white kids nowadays. There's a reason behind that, because their parents have taught them, well, if you act white, you jump right or whatever, you'll have more opportunity if you act yourself. Well, why don't you open a business instead of going into business with other white people? Why don't you open a business that has exclusive yours? How many companies you know right now that are exclusively black that hire black people? And the ones that did, y'all want to destroy them and get rid of them. So in preference to going to work for white men. Anybody white in here, don't get offended by what I said. I'm making a point here. How many of y'all have started businesses right now? I'll give you an example. I come from the music industry. I worked for Puff. I know more about the music industry than most of you motherfuckers do. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the thing. There has not been one motherfucker in the music industry in the past 5 years with all the experience and all the shit that I have that has ever offered me a job. Ever. There's not one motherfucker in the music industry that has seen me since we got removed because of technology and shit like that, there's not one motherfucker to say, hey, yo, son, you good? You go 3 grand. Don't worry about it. I was going to take it to the strip club anyway. But niggas is out here paying for bitches' tuitions. Niggas is out here sending bitches $20,000 in Ubers. Sorry, Puff. You got to get it too. Niggas is out here saying, I heard that. You sending bitches 20,000 in Ubers. 20,000 in the Uber. God damn, Puffy, what's going on? You understand? So, that's the reality of it or whatever. So when somebody talk to me and they say, are you worried about what people might think on your part? Fuck nah, because you don't give a fuck about me. I hope that answers your question. You know what I'm saying? Fuck nah. Anytime I got 30,000 subscribers, you really want me? Anytime I got 30,000, everybody. See, this is the thing. Niggas be having picks. That's what I be trying to tell you all the time. Hold on 1 second. Niggas be having picks. So let me tell you how this shit going. Then I'm gonna play these videos, but I just want to explain this real quick so y'all understand. In the minority media space, the thing to do is the more rough you talk about somebody, the worse you talk about somebody, and the more that you have subjects and titles that don't have anything to do with shit other than the personal person it reflects. There were people that sat up for a week talking about Megan Thee Stallion. I would throw up some posts or whatever. It was popular, but I'm not having a whole discussion night after night. What did Meg do? What's on next? It was people had week-long discussions about shit that doesn't matter or whatever. But in the background, you have these white supremacists like Chud the Butcher that are using and utilizing their social media and monetizing it, mind you, for a whole different reason. That's to destroy you. But these are the same people. You'll sit back and say, well, I want to simulate myself like that. Let me tell you what I mean. I live in Connecticut, all right? And it ain't too bad. Trust me when I tell you this. And living in this state mostly my life or whatever, you're always with your back up against the wall. It's pretty here, you know what I mean? But I'm a New Yorker at the same time. Point I'm getting at is, and listen to it very well. Let's get out of here. We don't do giggles. Too many grown men doing giggles. I can't stand a giggling ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was in prison 2 times. I will do giggles. Giggle at the wrong nigga. Nigga, what you trying to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't do giggles. You know what I mean? So if you want to do giggles, go somewhere else. I'm not a giggle nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 14. Feel me? All right. I agree with everyone trying to talk white now. That's facts. Yeah, the majority of people. And none of these people come from, I was just reading right now, Michael 484 comment. I don't know if you're black, white, polka dot, or whatever. Please let it be known. But all of them will try to talk on, check out, blah, 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 blah. And most of the time you'll find these niggas don't have any collegiate background. The background they come from and they grew up in is not like that. I mean, I'm running into kids in the Bronx talk like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're emulating what they see on social media. You understand what I'm saying? Like at one time, what their parents would have watched 90210, Beverly Hills 90210, and it was black kids that emulated that. When Stacey Dash was out here, there was a lot of girls who wanted to be like Stacey Dash. That's Dame Dash's cousin. Look her up. You know what I'm saying? Famous for coolers. Stacey Dash still a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She almost 60. You understand what I'm saying? How you doing, Stacey? You know what I'm saying? I'm a she. I'm a she. You know what I'm saying? And she's still like something. Anyway, anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Stacey Dash can still wear a bikini out there. Anyway. She another one of them Angela Bassett's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear you. Rough dummy. I hear you. Yeah. Everything I'm saying is just crazy. It makes no sense. Whenever you hear a nigga, you say obviously saying something that makes sense and they come in and try to tell you it don't make sense, that's a nigga trying to affect your self-esteem. I'm good. You can't affect my self-esteem. You can't affect my ego. You can't affect none of that. I've been like this my whole fucking entire life. It ain't gonna never stop, you heard? So anyway, ain't gonna never stop. Anybody that know that. They done got used to me. Like, well, that's just how that nigga is. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga been like that ever since I met him. You know what I mean? That's just me. I'm gonna always be like this. But I have good intention. And what you have a lot of times, you have people that try to make your good intention into something negative because they're negative within inside themselves. And that's what that gentleman, I feel to a certain extent, is trying to do. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But like I said, don't sit in here, and I especially mean this to black men. You have so many critiques of so many things or whatever, but when it really comes down to it, and this is where you're going to lose in the end, listen to me very carefully because it might help you. This is where you're going to lose in the end. It's visible that you don't support your own as men. Instead, you'll end it with this little 1990s trope, and you'll only go and support people financially that benefit you. I seen niggas on $1 Million Niggas podcast giving donations to them. I saw DJ Academics getting donated to. Shit blew my mind. I said, do you know how much this nigga is worth? This nigga got like 6, 7 cars. Might be more than that. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, those events that cost like 1.2 million. And y'all sending him donations? I can see you buying a ticket to one of his events or something like that. And I'm not hating, but I'm just saying they don't even have control and know where to put the money at. If you paper it, and it's the same thing I saw with the music business. Music business, niggas in the music business is the same thing. It's a hood mentality. Yo, well, I'm gonna spend money over here with the rich niggas or whatever. Yo, here's a gift for you. What's this? Yo, man, I saw this little bracelet the other day. It was about 1.5 million. I wanted to gift this to you. You know what I'm saying? That 1.5 million could have went and bought 3 properties where they from. You know what I'm saying? So you always gotta keep in check or whatever the pure simple fact that the niggas from the streaming market are doing nothing more than emulating and copying. It's just a different business. But you're emulating and copying, and you're the same exact people as the people that you talk about online. You're the exact same people. And how do I know? Because I spent 17 years around them. You're the exact same motherfucker. These streamers are the new rappers, you know what I'm saying, and the rap industry to a certain extent. So all this shit you say that go on or whatever, just look at some of the shit that happens. Fixed boxing matches. What am I saying? I didn't mean to say that. Fixed boxing matches. Niggas that are boxers being podcasters, getting deals with Netflix. This is all Hollywood now. You understand what I'm saying? Now, y'all said so much that y'all wanted to be away from Hollywood, but given the opportunity, y'all joined right in with Hollywood. As a nigga will. I can't stand that business. I can't stand that record business and that Hollywood business. You got podcasters literally linking up with Netflix, linking up with other motherfucking big, what's the name? They taking label deals, all kinds of shit off this platform and other platforms as well. You ain't want to be Hollywood. You want to be just like us. You just don't want to admit it. Shame on you. Yeah, you can't trust a niggas nowadays, bro. Michael, I don't think you said anything to me that was strained enough and I think I would look like a sucker blocking you. So you're welcome to stay here. But I hope that answers your question. No, I'm not in a simulus. There's billions of people in the world. This is a billion people a day rotation on this app alone. Why the fuck would I get? That's like walking around and saying, like, this is how you know a nigga is bent up on who care about him. That's like, to me, that's like walking around Earth and deciding that everybody is going to like you. That's like walking around Earth like everybody's going to like me. You a people pleaser. That's what it really translates to, a people pleaser. And I don't like people pleasing motherfuckers. Oh, they're the worst. Ass kissers. I hate motherfuckers like that. I watched people in the business like that for years, ass kissers. So now I really don't care about what I say on here. You're not my friends. You don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, let me give you an example. I talk about this. I'm going to talk about it again because I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, this is why I separate myself from that shit, that subscriber shit. Don't fall into this whole trap of subscribers. Do you care what people think? And let me tell you what they thought of me. A month before my birthday was May 14th. A month before my birthday, I put up a link. You could do. I was looking for $500. That's a chump change. I got 30,000 subscribers. Even if you broke that down, that's like $10 for 30 people. Excuse me, 50 people out of 30,000. Mind that. 30,000, that's $10 out of 50 people. You understand what I'm saying? I'm watching Tasha K over there trying to pay off her bill that she owed off to Cardi B by doing the GoFundMe, and it's doing quite well. You know what I'm saying? That's not the diss Tasha K. Get your money off them sucker ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a different respect for the women in the culture than it is for the men, and the women induce it. I tell y'all all the time about what y'all up against when it comes to the modern black woman, not your auntie, not your moms, not Aunt TT or whatever. These bitches hate y'all. Me too. You know what I mean? And they look at you as you're nothing. And so they'll sacrifice your ass in a minute. Trust me when I tell you this. If it means about $1 in between you and her, I've heard girls say straight out their mouth, I don't give a fuck about a nigga. It's in the music. You see the music, they've been built like this now. So over the past 10, 15 years, So right for my birthday, I put up that post and link and everything. And I told people about it. I said, hey, I'm just looking for $500, whatever. I used to get people that would literally leave messages but wouldn't donate nothing. And they did it for a straight month. Yo, fuck you. I hope you don't get nothing. Whatever, right? And so came the day of my birthday, I did a live on purpose. I said, I just want to see what niggas is doing. Did a live on purpose. Niggas didn't even tell me happy birthday. It was in the title. Niggas didn't even tell me happy birthday. I deleted the fucking live, but niggas didn't even tell me happy birthday. Doing my live that was titled Happy Birthday. Nobody said nothing in my chat because that's how much hate they had for me. Pretty much a lot of it is induced by I won't go along with the get along gang. I won't talk how they want me to talk. I won't speak like this right here. 750. And I never will. You dig me? I never will. Yo estoy respetando mío, tú sabes, esa me gusta siempre. It's always going to be about me. You know what I mean? And that's that, because it's about you, and that's how y'all feel about you. I do a lot of material on here that emphasizes what y'all need to do and where y'all need to coattail and where y'all need to move to mentally and a lot of other places. Right now, y'all trapped in this place right now, gossiping. And so whoever's a person that delivers gossip, the best, which is really just a nosy, neurotic motherfucker, translated easily. You understand what I'm saying? And that nosy, neurotic shit catches up with you sooner or later. Sooner or later, it catches up with you. It is. It's neurotic. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to, there's a terminology for this. Y'all want to hear it? I'll show it to you. There's a terminology for this. And it's bested upon people that are addicted to social media. You gotta hear this. This is interesting. Oh, okay, I did keep that up. All right, cool. Let me stay right there. People, hold on one second. There's a term for it. Let's put in the first one, the psychological one. I like to go to that first. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. And here it goes, right? And I want y'all to listen to this. People obsessed with gossip often use it as a coping mechanism for underlining insecurities, boredom, and fragile self-esteem. Sharing exclusive details provides a temporary rush of power and creates a false sense of intimacy or belonging within a group, hence your followers. Understanding the psychology behind the behavior helps explain why some individuals become fixated on it. Desire for control and power is the first one. Possessing secret information makes people feel important and create an emotional high that might lack in other areas of their personal lives. That means offline. You know what I mean? Insecurity and envy. Shifting focus onto others' flaws and misfortunes distracts from a person's own inadequacies and provides a temporary, though toxic, boost in self-worth. Connection and bonding. Sharing gossip builds quick rapport between speaker and listener, though it is usually double-edged sword and ultimately erodes long-term trust. So that means most of these people ain't trustworthy. Didn't I just say that earlier? Pro-social motivation. In certain contexts, people use gossip to enforce community rules or warn others about generally dangerous or untrustworthy individuals. While occasional gossiping is normal, but a normal human trait, an obsession with it can be toxic in both to the gossiper and the community. Experts point out that the emotional high derived from gossip are short-lived and often mask deeper personal issues. There you have it. There you have it. Now, that's from Psychology Today. Anybody want to argue about that? Anybody? I'm up for the argument. Anybody want to argue that? Because I got more. I just want to know, do y'all want to argue? Or it's a disease. That's basically, long story short. There's like a lot of other psychological impairments that a lot of these people endure themselves in. It's a psychological high. So see, I was correctly right. You guys are so used to trying to fit in after what I just read to y'all, the psychological definition of people that gossip. And if you'd like me to read it again, I can read it again for you if you didn't catch it the last time. Let's do it again, shall we? Okay, let's do it again. People obsessed with gossip often use it as a coping mechanism for underlining insecurities, boredom, and fragile self-esteem. Sharing exclusive details provides a temporary rush of power and creates a false sense of intimacy or belonging within a group, hence your followers, by my definition. Understanding the psychology behind the behavior helps explain why some individuals become fixated on it. That means that's why they do it day to day to day to day to day. Desire for control and power. Possessing secret information makes people feel important and creates an emotional high that might lack in other areas of their personal lives. Insecurity and envy. Shifting focus onto others' flaws and misfortune distracts from a person's own inadequacies and provides a temporary, though toxic, boost in self worth. Connection and bonding. Sharing gossip builds quick rapport between the speaker and the listener. Once again, the followers. Though it is usually double-edged sword and ultimately erodes in long-term trust, meaning that the person continues to do that all the time. And at one point or another, that audience is like, you're doing too much. That's what's happening with Tasha K right now. Pro-social motivation. In certain contexts, people use gossip to enforce community rules or warn others about generally dangerous or untrustworthy individuals. While occasional gossiping is normal, a normal human trait, an obsession with it can be toxic in both the gossiper and their community. Experts point out that emotional highs derived from gossip are short-lived and often mask deeper personal issues. So the ones you see doing it the most, these motherfuckers are trying to mask something else. You ain't bashing me with no $5,000, man, but cool. That's cool. Whatever you say. Anyway, ain't nobody give me no $5,000. These niggas hate me. Remember you said that, bro. Remember you said that. Don't worry about it. Anyway, long story short here, you're now seeing what's going on. You've got a fixated virus going on now. And that's why you see every last minority. Y'all never stop for a minute to thought collectively. Hold up. A few years ago, because I remember when this app used to be saturated with people that was doing the pro-black shit. It was Netta. There was a couple other people that was doing it. I can't think of everybody. It was saturated with. This is what everybody was into. They would sit for 6-hour debates and everything like that or whatever, but the atmosphere changed around them. So it wasn't employable to do that anymore. And I think one of the biggest mistakes Netta and them did, and I still got to say it to this day, was not being in the streets of Harlem anymore preaching. Oh, you was affecting more people than you thought. Even one nigga that walked past the day, he was looking forward to hearing y'all out there because it gave him motivation. A lot of times they thought nobody was listening to him, but in fact, people were listening to you. They just didn't want to be known. My first, I think one of the conspiracy things that I got was with David Icke from England and what's this guy's name? Fat dude. He got taken off of YouTube. I forgot what his name is. It'll come to me in a second, but it was David Icke and there was another guy. And I got their DVDs. At the time, it was called Secret Space. Anybody remember that was Secret Space? And it was Secret Space 2, and it had UFOs on it. And talking about conspiracy theories and everything, stuff like that or whatever. Those were the built mechanisms that put a lot of people like Sonetta in order, even though they come from that background anyway, it pushed them even further with their ideas because a lot of the stuff they were saying was true. You understand? So a lot of people miss them being outside. And maybe they'll return to that one day. Shout out to 125th East Side. What's happening? I'll be through there all the time, but back to what I was saying about the gossip thing. When you trade off having genuine conversations like I'm trying to bring them back to, there's a method behind my madness. So a lot of people be like, you can't believe you're talking to people like that. A lot of y'all got uncles and aunts that talk to y'all just like that. A lot of y'all got a mom or father talk to you just like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what sometimes trigger a motherfucker. You know what? That's reminiscent of something I heard before. You know what? I'm not doing right. There's no benefit that you have to anybody on here gossiping. That's how I feel about it. It's occasionally, and everybody gossips. I'm talking about extreme forms of it. It can end you up like Tasha K. Now she got to ask her audience, and they're giving it to her. They're giving it to her. So I can't get mad at her. I'm not going to hate on her. Get your money, Tasha K. If them sucker ass niggas want to give you money, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Let them. But please don't come to me and want to have conversations about conformity. You want to hear definition of conformity? Let's do that. Let's do that so you understand exactly where I'm coming from. Okay, let's do that. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm being honest to God with you. Because I don't think a lot of y'all understand what's going on right now. The world is changing in front of your eyes and you're busy gossiping. Conformity is the act of aligning your attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors with those of a group. societal norms. It often occurs as individuals adjust their actions to fit in, gain acceptance, or to avoid special rejection from the crowd, what it would be with these other people. Key, and that's, you don't even ever realize it, but Michael, the question you asked me earlier goes right into that. It says to gain acceptance or avoid social rejection. When you ask the question, are you ever worried about what you say to people on here? That fuck no. Nobody's worried about what the fuck they say to me. I done had niggas come in here talk about my mother and everybody else in my fucking family, and I'm just supposed to eat it. But with you, when I respond, I'm supposed to be respectful. The fuck? What kind of fucking world do you live in? Hell yeah, brother. Can you do me a huge favor and fart in the mic for you? Fart in the mic for you. I hear you. So those they got in there. See what type of weirdos they got in there? That's what I have to deal with. They don't want you to hear this because those niggas that you see with no profile picture, most of them, those are the motherfucking bots and those are the motherfucking agents. There's agents on this app now that work for this app. And I swear to God to you, they're in everybody's chat and they write shit in there. See how 3 people removed when I said that? I swear to God that these employees are in people's chats and their job is to create confusion on specific groups. And I see you motherfuckers. You think I don't. See, I'm familiar with this because I had another woman that brought this up in one of her little conversations. So you think I'm a dumb nigga, huh? There was a woman that they did a whole documentary. See, YouTube and Facebook, Meta itself, which is Instagram, they all got sued recently. And there was a judgment for this young white woman and the damage that the social media app did to her, right? If any of y'all don't know it, it used to be a woman. I forgot what her name is, but she ran this app for the longest. She passed away. After she passed away, it was an Indian gentleman that took hold in the helms of it. Now there's another Indian gentleman that's taking the helms of it. And on top of that, the co-creator or a person that's in charge or whatever, he's also an Indian gentleman. It's not racist to be said about it. Just deal with who they are. So ever since that has happened back in 2000, what was it, 2021, something like that, fellas, you watching me, you know what I'm talking about. The helms of this app have changed. So many of y'all, when y'all say, hey, this app has changed, that's why. And when I watched this documentary about the trial that they had this self, you gotta hear this. The girl had a person that was a lawyer for her that did a deep investigation, all kinds of records and things like that they were hiding. They had to suppress them. They were trying to suppress them and they pulled them out of there or whatever. And it was all these emails and everything like that or whatever, but they talked about all these different strategies they were doing. I swear to God to you. And these motherfuckers for years now have had employees that jump online with fake accounts and pretend like they're subscribers. They never have a profile picture most of the time. A lot of the times they have a funny name or whatever. A lot of times they'll say something that's out of correlation with the conversation or whatever. And it's part of a social control mechanism too, because this is the same thing they do in China. This is the same thing they've done in other Middle Eastern countries as well. It's part of a propaganda trap or whatever. So when you're dealing with somebody that's from those regions or whatever the case may be, yeah, they might live in New York, they might live in Texas, they might live in anywhere, but their religion and their culture supersedes all that. They just happen to live here many of times. And that's what I believe is happening on this app. And if you watch a lot of the other social media apps, you'll see what I'm talking about. They all have Indian people for some reason or another, specifically, not Chinese, not anybody else. It's Indian people specifically running these companies, not maybe in charge of them, but at least running them. And I just think that their form of thinking doesn't line up with mine and many others. That's just my personal belief. But please believe me when I tell you, if you get people in your chat room or whatever, 9 times out of 10, it's an employee that's been hired either remotely in office or somehow in cahoots with the app itself. They have to do this to keep the advertising dollars flowing. So they'll have these fake subscribers in there because of pure simple fact. See, this shit works off ad revenue. That's why I said if a nigga ain't got his shit monetized, I don't even have a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? If you've been here 13 years and you just been a spectator, nigga, you dumb as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You missed 12 years of bread being a spectator. Now, when I say this, listen to what I'm talking about. If I see a profile and it's created 12 years ago, 10 years ago, or whatever, right? I especially pay attention to those versus the ones that was created a month ago, 2 months ago. I pay attention to those too, but the ones that were created 12, 13 years ago, I say, ain't no way in hell you've been on here. You never entered a picture. You never put up a profile description or nothing. You just been sitting here. Now, maybe 1 or 2 people, yeah, I can get that. But a whole lot of them, nah, that don't make sense. And so I started digging in a little bit, and I started seeing this research, and this research was pointing at things like that. Papers they had pulled were pointing at things like that, where they had literal conversations about how they had fake accounts that one they play as monitors, they play as fluffer for your conversations or whatever. Because when they're running the advertisement over your videos, as I'm streaming with y'all right now, I'm pretty sure y'all seen advertisements, right? At some point or another. So what they do is they run these commercials or whatever, but you got to make it look like it's engaging to the consumer via the advertising. You've got to show results. You understand what I'm saying? So you do a little fluff of it. This is like budgets. You do a little fluff. Now you told somebody was in the music business, bitch. I know this trick by like the back of my hand. So just like budgets, you'll inflate the budget. You'll say, well, we reached out and we got 20,000 subscribers on that one this month or whatever. Maybe we should inflate the ads on that page particularly or whatever, but it really ain't real views. It's views by remote fucking operators and shit like that. And it counts as a view. Now you'll overlook it because you're like, well, fuck it. It went as a view and I got a couple of dollars of cents off of it. You got cents off of people that are bots and remote workers. That's what you got it off of. And there's documentation to prove this. It's not like I'm making it up or whatever. There's documentation they prove. And that's why I feel so bold to say this. Somebody from motherfucking this app tell me I'm lying. That's all I got to say. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me, if you just tell me I'm lying, I'll show you something different. So don't think you can fool me when you come in here. And I'll just save you some time in the future. When you come in, you say something obnoxious out of the blue or whatever, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ain't no real nigga gonna be in another man's post at 2 o'clock in the afternoon trying to agitate him. No, a bot or a remote worker will though. There's a lot of these different people that run, like Aiden Ross, he has remote workers. So why wouldn't this app? And he hires them. You understand what I'm saying? For various different operations. There's many of different podcasters that do this. They hire remote workers. So why the fuck wouldn't the app itself do it? Conformity is the act of aligning your attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors with those of a group of societal norms. It often occurs as individuals adjust their actions to fit in, gain acceptance, or avoid social rejection. Key types of conformity. Social psychiatrists generally categorize conformity into a few primary types. Compliance, publicly agreeing or challenging or changing behavior to fit in with the group, even if you privately disagree. Internalization, privately adopting the group's beliefs or values because you generally believe they are correct. Identification, adopting the behaviors and attitudes of a specific group because you value the relationship with them and want to belong. Normative influence, conforming to the order to be liked or accepted by others. Peer pressure. In informational influence, conform because you look to a group for information or assume they have the correct answer. When people conform, people often conform for two major psychological needs: the desire to be liked and the desire to be right, relying on the group's knowledge in the unfamiliar, ambiguous situations. They did a whole psychological pool on you niggas. And this shit right here that we utilize it is a fucking social experiment. It's to see how much, it's like MK, what's that shit they call it? The MK. Imagine that these apps that we utilize for free with these free accounts, they gave you these free accounts because it's a social experiment. They charged for it. They couldn't get a neutral better. So say we're in here and this shit is like some MK Ultra type shit, but on a larger scale than you thought before. That's the thing you would do. If you had MK Ultra, that was back in them days, you would find a way to innovate it. Maybe this is the way they did it. Think about it. Everybody that's on here is following a suit. So as an example, even the title you pick for the day. So if the major news outlets say, okay, here's the topic that the world is talking about today, right? Then next following behind it, all the podcasters go in and they start following behind and do the same story, whatever. And if you don't do that story on motherfucking app during the time it's happening or the pipe when it's happening, I've been doing this for 5 years, I know what I'm talking about, then you won't get the views that everybody else is going to get potentially. So not only have you pulled along the story that this outlet wants you to see, but you pulled along a trending story. You have multiple people that you can now place advertisers on, give them fucking huge amounts of fucking money or whatever. I've seen some of these pages, they're literally telling lies. And I'm like, there's no way that this faceless dubbed video where they got the dub voice over top of it. There's no way this video got 285,000 views. Where does this page come from? And then you go look for information on the page, you can barely find anything. This shit is a social experiment. And the problem is, now it's starting to come out the past. I want y'all to go look at Judgment YouTube against Judgment found a YouTube case. And you're also going to look for Judgment held against Meta. Go look for yourself and you'll see the shit right there. But y'all too busy wondering who Future dating. Too busy wondering if the Kendrick and Drake beef is back on. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention to the wrong shit, little niggas. You understand? I'm trying to teach y'all something. See, we didn't see it. I'm an older nigga, so I done seen this shit 3 or 4 times now. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is when I see it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I want to read you one more title, and then we're going to get back into the main title of the video for those that may want to still talk about that. Yeah, right here. Now, I want to give you the definition of assimilate. That's the term I use with the guy that came in earlier. Sometimes I don't block people or get mad at them. Really, you got to sometimes understand he might be at an age range when nobody taught him this yet. You understand? So I'm here to teach it. To assimilate means to take in, absorb, or incorporate something and make it part of a larger whole. This term applies across several distinct contexts. Sociology and culture, to fully integrate into a new culture or society, often by adapting its customs and traditions. Sounds the same thing as conformity, right? Biology and nutrition, to absorb and digest foods and nutrients, converting them into biological tissue in a living organism. This comes more into the aquatic world and things like that. Learning and cognition, to mentally take in and understand thoroughly, to incorporate new information or ideas. That's another form of conformity. That's not a bad form of conformity. Linguistics, this is an important one. Just like the first one I read you, sociology. Linguistics, to modify speech or sound so it becomes more similar to the adjacent sound. Now, a lot of people will do this, and then earlier we were sitting back, we were talking about people talking like they were white people and black kids not even talking like they black anymore. That's what we're talking about right there. You still don't get it? I'm trying to fucking help you guys. I swear to God. And they think I'm a villain. And here's the way I talk. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, the point I'm getting at is, do you get it? That's the only thing. You ain't got to donate to me nothing. Do you get it? Because in the long run, this will benefit me. So do you get it? You become a conformist and a simulus. Good. All right. Let's move on. The fuck? You don't like the way I talk, and I don't give a shit if you like the way I talk, and I'm never going to change. I will never change on here, ever. I make $1 million motherfucker tomorrow. I'm going to still talk like the same guy. I go on an interview. I'm going to be like Max B. Let me walk the fuck up out of here. I ain't in the top 50. What the fuck you mean? Who else was doing it this year except for French and Max? Shout out to French and Max. I keep doing your motherfucking thing. That shit was beautiful. That was the most, let me tell y'all something. That was like a scene in Harlem Nights. You know that scene where he said, yo, Sugar, he had a limo come through, and it all had a box of chocolates, and it all said, thanks for the, hold on one second. Hold on. Shut up, bitch. Let me start over. Because I want to say this shit before I play that. I saw on Complex Magazine when Prince Montana walked off the scene or whatever, and I said, thank God that was a work of art right there. And a lot of people say, oh, well, he's losing. No, he didn't. He kept his dignity. French and Max have shined this year. There ain't many other rappers that have shined like them. Yeah, on the little kitty front, there's a couple of them. But I'm talking about as far as popularity. When I see your billboard and everybody's looking at your billboard on the door else across the country, internationally, and everything else, I see you over here, over there, over here, over there. I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say to French and I want to say to Max, y'all keep doing your thing. Who wouldn't want to? Let me tell you something. Be lucky if you ever have a friend like French Montana. He sat behind Max B for 18 years, 18 long years while French was in there, whether you care about what he got locked up for or not. And he held him down. And when he got out, he made him a superstar. They always were supposed to be. And how many of y'all got men that will do that for y'all? You understand what I'm saying? They would be like, you know what, I'm going to put my shit on hold for a second I released my album so we can get you right. Now Max back up. Max out here wearing big, you know what I mean? Looking right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna join you boys in a minute. Don't worry about it. I got one. You know what I mean? But don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to stop me. That's the real reason why nobody donates or supports my channel, because they want to stop me. Trust me when I tell you this. There's a lot of motherfuckers that would just pee this or whatever. But when you get people, are you worried about what people say about? No, I'm not a similarist and I'm not a conformist. I'm a rebel. That's what many of the motherfuckers that made their money in this business, whether it be this right here, Mr. Beast. Do you think he's a conformist? No, he's a fucking rebel. That's why he makes so much fucking money. Marquise Brownie. You think he's a fucking conformist or a simulist? No, that's why he makes so much fucking money. See, there's a step in tiers to shit. You understand what I'm saying? The niggas that's here or a little bit above the niggas that's down here, they think like that. I know this because I work for Pup. They think like that. And if you stay thinking like that, you'll always be in that range. You'll be a very proper, articulate worker. Who said to you again? You'll be a very confident, assimilated, conformative worker. The boss does what the fuck he wants to do. The boss talks the way he wants to talk. The boss walks the way he wants to walk. The boss eats when he wants to eat. The boss leaves the house when he wants to leave. The boss is in fucking control. The workers are the workers. And if you got a worker mentality, you'll stay a fucking worker lifelong. And you know what they give workers in the end? A fucking watch and a plaque. That's what they give a worker. You don't believe me? Live your life, continue your life living like that. You'll find out for yourself. You'll find out for yourself. A watch and a plaque. That's what you're gonna get. We love your. There's motherfuckers that have defended this country and they give them a watch and a plaque. Nah. Like they taught us. Can't stop, won't stop, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? If you dig it, you dig. If you don't, you don't. I'm on my own now. And it's a beautiful thing. Because before, when I was on my own, before I got with the record companies and everything like that, I didn't know which direction I was going to go. Now I know how to do the shit by myself, but I want to not do it with that. I want to do it a different way. Let me tell y'all something real quickly. You said, I just want to tell y'all something real quickly. Somebody asked me the other day, and they said to me permanently, they said, do you think Bad Boy Entertainment stands a chance of reiteration? And I said, fuck yeah. I know it is. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be the right artist. It's got to be the right pitch. And so gladly we left off the Love album. That was a beautiful album. If you haven't never listened to it, go listen to the Love album. It's a beautiful album. Many different artists on there. Sway Lee, one of the ones I definitely prefer. Mary J. Blige, I like. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of joints on there that you should go check out. So make sure you go check out the Love album if you haven't. Yeah, Bad Boy can come back. And it will. And it will. Trust me on that one. But to be continued, right? The Bad Boy can definitely come back. I've seen worse people come back. Larry Flint came back. You understand what I'm saying? Martha Stewart came back. You know what I mean? They said, Martha's over. What is she gonna do now? Martha out here, 80 years old, and niggas is just asking Martha still, Martha, what up with them draws though? You know what I'm saying? Niggas is out here since Snoop been with her in that cooking show. Very successful show, very successful. Ever since he been on the show, niggas is like, yo, Martha looking kind of a little plump out here, be shedding something. You know what I'm saying? What up with Martha? You know what I'm saying? Yams, you know what I mean? If y'all don't know, Martha Stewart is from right here in Connecticut. It still has a home here in Connecticut as well. Not too far from here. She's part of the county. Anyway, she's part of the county. You ever figure that out? Anyway, and I mean that in a real way too. Go Google, go find out for yourself. Anyway, I will say this, man. Spend less time trying to talk down your own or whatever, because even as I'm providing these structured things here, spend less time doing that. Y'all in this fixation that y'all can match with white people that you didn't grow up around. It's not going to work for you. You just look like you're subservient to a lot of them, as they will say. Let's move on now. I want to talk about Myron Gaines, not in the way that y'all think I'm going to talk about him, but I just want to point something out of what you got to watch for, because I told you this is sometimes the type of women we got out here nowadays, unfortunately. I want y'all to watch this clip with Myron. I think Myron handled himself very well in the clip. You understand what I'm saying? When he came on the first try. And to be quite honest with you, you know, based on some of the things, like, and a lot of people don't know this, down at the Diddy trial, I walked up to Myron. Let me tell you a quick story before I play this video. I know I keep saying that, but this has to do with me and Myron. And I'm not using it for clout. I'm using it. This is what really happened. So down at the Diddy trial, and the clip is still up. You can go check it on Myron Gaines' channel. I think the clip last time had close to 1 million views on it. And most of them was in favor of me. That's the funny thing about it. It was a few people was like, I can't believe he did that. But most of the people in the video was in favor of me and Myron. So I met Myron down at the Diddy trial, whatever, and I walked up to him because Myron's from here in Connecticut. He's from, I'm not going to tell you where he's from. That's not fair. But he's from here in Connecticut. And so that's just a thing we do, you know. It don't even fucking matter where we at. We being wherever. You from New York, you from Connecticut, you from Jersey. What up, man? Yo, son, you know such and such. And 9 times out of 10, they familiar with what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what part of the state they're from. But you'll still have familiarity with them no matter where you're at. So I wanted to make sure I went and spoke to Myron and said hello to him or whatever. I'll tell you one thing. I was surprised how tall this motherfucker is. Like, that's a tall motherfucker. So I went over and introduced myself to him. And then we found out that there's this one black girl. I forgot what they call her, Blue Smurf or some shit like that. She's an agitator. And in my opinion, I think maybe even paid. You understand what I'm saying? I can't prove it, but I think paid. But anyway, she was, the whole time, it was unbeknownst to me, before I walked up to mine, probably like for 10 or 15 minutes, she was antagonizing him, calling him all kinds of names out his mouth, telling him the part of Africa he was from, the people there was trash. I mean, she was saying some real nasty things. At one point, in a few people's videos, you'll see where she had her chest pulled out. She literally was like, you don't like women? And and she was doing this in front of a courthouse, mind you. And women were cheering her on. You understand? They were cheering her on. They thought it was funny. They was giggling, cackling, and shit like that or whatever. Because they was like, oh, this is a girl. It's just a girl. It's just a girl. That's not a woman. That's not a woman. That's an Asian. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, shorty, I woke up tomorrow and I say, what's up to Ryron? And I already hear her yelling and screaming. So I tried to ignore her. That was literally my modus operandi. Ignore that bitch. Don't say nothing to her. When I walked up and I shook Myra's hand, not even 2 seconds after I shook Myra's hand, and she was like, she called me an asshole. I said, bitch, what the fuck you gonna say to me? I don't even know you. So I tried to ignore her. She started talking even more tough. So I turned my body around. Everybody thought I was gonna snuff the bitch. I get it. I look like the way I look. I'm tall too, but I ain't as tall as Myra. Myra is like at least about 6'5", 6'6". That's a tall motherfucker. And I'm tall. I'm like 6'2", maybe a 3 or 4 centimeters from being 6'3". So I'm a tall motherfucker too. But this nigga is tall. Like he looked like Xerxes off of fucking 300. Real talk. He looked like Xerxes off of 300. Like, you know, when Xerxes walked down the stairs and shit, it's like, all right, I am Myron. Let us talk. That's a tall motherfucker. But he was cooler than a fan, man. He shook my hand. We talked for a few seconds. It was unfortunate we got interrupted. And by this girl. So I ended up arguing with her, well, whatever. I'm just trading words with her because she definitely from the New York City tri-state. But these people that are not from the tri-state didn't know what we was doing. We was shooting the desert. But she got to a point where she started walking towards me like she was going to do something to me. And I was like, oh, nah, bitch, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'll duff you in front of these police if you keep walking up to me. And thank God for that Queen's Flip's mom was there. Bless that woman's heart. That is the most beautiful. Let me tell you something about Queen's Flip's mother. And I ain't talking about her. I'm talking in love for her. Because this woman is a stand-up woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like a real stand-up woman. And even after the trial, even though we disagreed, we still had a conversation. I didn't know who she was. So I thought it was just somebody taking up for this raggedy bitch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who she was. And so, like, for 2.3 seconds, and she'll say it herself, like 2.3 seconds, me and her, it was like, yo, is she with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And she's like, no. And then I twitched. I said, I ain't got no problem with you. This bitch is out here wilding. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta imagine this. all the cameras are out there from every different news agency there is, CNN, NBC, all of them. And this chick is having a Boondocks nigga moment. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, no. I'm not having a nigga moment with you, bitch. I see what you trying to do. You trying to get any nigga that's opposed to your view the fuck up out of here. That's why I say I think that bitch is a paid plant. Because I saw her at another protest, and this protest was about what is it? Who's warring right now in the Middle East? Israel and whoever else is warring with them or whatever. She was down there at a protest down there in 14th Street. And I seen her in the video. She did the same exact shit. She ran up on this white boy. And then this time she got smart. She got some simps to join in with her. So it was a simp nigga. There was a Latino nigga. Shout out to you, bro. But you was wrong for backing that bitch. He came up and started backing the bitch up or whatever. And then finally in the video, he started to realize, oh, hold up. This bitch out here doing this shit on purpose. And he's smarting up. The burrow set in on him. As we say, the burrow set in on him. Hold up. Like, nigga, I could be down in the tombs down in the fucking. I ain't going to Center Street for this bitch. you know. I ain't going to Center Street for this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was that type of shit or whatever. But like, there's antagonists out there. There's a lot of them, man. And just beware. So this was a black woman. And what I saw was this seems to be a behavior which segues me to this when I'm talking about Myron, because this really disturbed me when I saw this video recently. Do I agree with everything Myron say? Fuck no. That Chud the Butcher shit, you on your own with that one. I ain't got no hate against you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk shit about you, as you'll see quickly right here. But that Chud the Butcher shit, nah, nigga, I ain't with you on that one. Fuck that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'll offer one piece of advice. You're a very smart dude. I think you can use it for other means besides trying to partner up with these fucking white supremacist motherfuckers for whatever reason you seem fit. Maybe you're you might still be on duty. Yeah, you gotta understand Connecticut shit. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, let me just play this video. So this is a video on a recent episode of Fresh and Fit. And I thought it stuck out more than anything because I've seen situations on Fresh and Fit where it gets a little out of hand. You understand what I'm saying? And the most the bitch you do is throw something, talk shit while she in the hallway. I've seen one other fight where it was girls involved, where one of them tried to assault Myron, and the girls that were security guards beat the bitch up. You know what I'm saying? But this right here was a little bit different. Let me let this play. Well, let me turn the volume up for y'all first.
You know what? To be honest with you, maybe because as black women, all we do is get attacked. First.
No, you're just dumb. It's not all black women.
Speak for yourself.
You just have
You're
lack
dumb.
of
Speak for
critical thinking
yourself.
skills.
I'm 23 and I'm probably doing better than you. Speak for yourself.
Bitch,
Speak
who
for
the fuck are
yourself.
you talking
Your
to?
mother is a bitch. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, listen, you stupid fucking retard. Yo,
Don't call me a bitch. Simple as that. Your mother is. Don't call me a bitch.
look, well, for one, my mother knows I act like a lady.
I don't know your
Number
mother. You
two-
don't know me.
No, I know you. You're an idiot.
You don't
And
even know
we
what you're
all
Speak for your mother.
heard you talk for a bit here.
Your mother. You're calling me a bitch. You don't know me.
No. You're an
You're
idiot.
getting aggressive. You're not even a bottom of a man, so don't talk to me about any value.
You have low IQ. You're not able to critically think. You're not able to understand anything. And then you're over there talking about money. What the fuck are you, bro?
Speak for yourself. How old are you?
You're a nail tech, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
I have a trade. I'm
A nail tech.
Congratulations.
How old are you? You're doing. You're asking me to be on your podcast. Chill out.
How about this?
Chill out.
How about
I'm
this?
gonna make your show.
How about you
Chill
get your
out.
fat ass up and get the fuck up out of here? Get the
You
fuck out of here.
mean
How about
Amen.
that, bitch?
That's
We don't need
natural?
you. Get the fuck up
You
out of
mean
here.
my fat ass
You need to hit the
natural?
gym.
Oh,
Yeah,
girl?
that doesn't help your
Oh,
case.
girl?
That doesn't help your case.
Watch her behavior.
This doesn't help your
Look at
case.
the room. Read the room.
Don't call me a bitch.
I'm telling you.
Look how the
get
other
fuck
women
out
are
of
looking at
bitch.
her.
That's
Your
what I'm telling you.
mother is a bitch.
Get
Your
the fuck up out of here. All right, my mother. Fantastic. Get out of here.
Simple as
Get the
that.
fuck
Your
up out of here.
mother is a bitch.
You fucking ratchet ass Caribbean host think you can come in here and run the shit the way you want. Get the fuck up out of here. Shake your ass downstairs like the fucking hooker that you are, bitch. Get the fuck up out of here, man. You're out here doing nails trying to say you make money. You're a fucking brokey. You probably make like 80K a year trying to talk shit to me. Get the fuck up out of here, man.
Even the black girl calling her ratchet.
Go make some fucking nails, man.
Now watch what happens next. Watch what happens next, guys.
Fucking multi-millionaire trying to tell me I'm a nail tech, I make money. Get the fuck up out of here, you.
Now she's yelling at another woman that's part of the staff of Fresh and Fit.
Casper, what does she smell like? Hey, what does she smell like? Yo,
She's arguing with a female.
hey, don't start it, Caribbean girl. Don't do it, Caribbean bitch. Don't do it. Oh shit.
You see this shit? Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass. Whoop her. This is why I tell y'all, keep you some dirty bitches around you. You know what I'm saying? This is why you must, as a rule, keep you some dirty bitches around you. I ain't gonna play it again because you know what I mean. They might try to act funny with me. What do I gather from that video? I've seen the girls turn up before. You understand what I'm saying? And when they turn up, it's gonna happen. They're just gonna talk shit. They're just gonna spill, and then they can walk out, insult everybody, and nothing happened. I'm saying what I saw right there, and I know them two girls from the show, and I know them personally, but I know who they are. But watching the show, what they did was she fucked around and found out. Now you heard all that talk she was talking or whatever, and both of the girls that beat her up were Latina. But my point was she swung on that girl and grabbed her hair first, if y'all didn't notice that. And she earned that ass whooping. You understand what I'm saying? But let me put some pointers on it for you or whatever, because I took up for a black woman at the beginning. So now I have to be critical of a black woman right now. If you know in that video, even the black woman was like, get your ratchet ass up out of here. Did you not hear the black girl say that? Because I heard it. And they pinned the camera on it too. And good for you, sweetheart. You're not like that riff-raff. You're not like that fucking trash that bitch was. You don't have to, for 1 minute out of your second, have to worry about any way of conforming to a motherfucker to fit in. Congratulations. There should be more women that do that. The two girls that beat her ass. Shout out to you. Salud la gente, la mujeres ahí, santo saben la cubana, no. Shout out to y'all. Because the pure simple fact, she put her hands on somebody because she was so turned up after she called somebody else out of the name, which reminds me back to this. Do you ever notice that a lot of times, I'm just asking you all, right? Do you ever notice a lot of times, and we know this especially in New York City tri-state, when a chick get mad at you, the first thing she do is go talk about your mother. Why don't you talk about my father? Fuck your father. Say that, because I had a daddy. What you think? I just got I was born asexual or conceived asexual or some shit like that. It's monotonous. So automatically there's a connotation in that where they think you just grew up with a mama like they did. So that's why they ain't grow up with no man in the house most of the time. So that's why they so quick to be nuclear and spell like your mama, your mama, your mama, your mama. And this is very dangerous. You don't know if a nigga lost their mama just now or whatever. A nigga can kill you over. You gotta be very careful when you talk about somebody. You know what I'm saying? And if you betting on that a man will keep their composure, and that's a big mistake. A lot of these women, they go into the guys that these men, I'm trying to tell you something for your own good, because this nigga's out here killing broads right now. I don't know how adapted you are to the news lately, but there's niggas out here that's 16, 17 years old taking a bitch out. Right? Ain't no jokes. He taking a bitch out. You know what I'm saying? Choking them, shooting them. And the women, some of the women are killing the boys. I just watched a girl just a minute ago. She was 19 years old. They sentenced this bitch to 45 years in prison for stabbing up her ex-boyfriend because she was mad. I watched another video where a bitch drove from New York to Florida because she thought her boyfriend was cheating or whatever. Got into a fight with the girl. Same thing. I think the girl either got shot or stabbed up or something like that. She got convicted to 50 plus years. I saw another video where a girl just recently out in California Florida was riding around in a circle and hit 4 motherfuckers, backed the car up and hit the bitch again. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you, and this is just with all women, there are a lot of women. This one is definitely universal, but still the marriage remains the same. These women are getting violent. That girl was violent. You understand what I'm saying? For a female, she was violent. Bitch, don't you be talking to me. Fuck your mama. And she was ready to fight the whole room. And I'm like, bitch, keep your dignity, get the fuck up, because all this shit being reported and walk the fuck out. That's what she should have done. Now you on camera for getting your ass whooped. It's hard to walk that shit back. You talking shit to me in the car, bitch. You ain't talk shit to them bitches when they whooped your ass so fresh. You wasn't talking all that shit on Fresh and Fit, bitch. You left that bitch humbled in a motherfucker, ho. You understand what I'm saying? So, only thing I'm saying is, if I were you girls, I would calm down with the jumping in niggas' faces, talking about people's moms or whatever. I'm trying to tell you as a friend, because some people are just not playing that no more. And there's a lot of women out here that literally fall in line with a lot of men when it comes to these issues or whatever. And there's two, if not three different categories. It's the OnlyFans bitches, then it's the thought bitches, and then it's women. You understand what I'm saying? I think them OnlyFans are sex worker girls are their own category because that's like prostitution. No disrespect to them, but it is what it is. I don't care what you're doing on there. You're a prostitute. I just watched when Vlad interviewed the bitch the other day. And I swear to God to you, the chick was talking about all the money she made or whatever, and talking about, I'm a virgin. I just touch myself in the videos. Bitch, you selling vajay. They want to put all these little slick connotations on it and everything. Like, no, bitch, you selling vajay. Whether it be physically or digitally, you selling vajay. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if that girl was an OnlyFans model, but I know they have a lot of girls from OnlyFans on their show, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I don't think MYRON was in the wrong at all. Get that bitch up out of there and get out of there fast. Don't sit back and wait and see what this hoe gonna do next, because what she do next might even be more dangerous. See, that's what you got to watch for. So for me personally, I ain't got no problem with it. Y'all might have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. But I saw a lot of people were upset. And he was like, I can't believe he said that to that black queen and all that. That bitch was in there. You got to see the whole show. That bitch was in there the whole entire time being disrespectful. Like a lot of and I hate to say it, a lot of the black girls be on their show. These are Miami country hoes a lot of times. And then a lot of them are the roughest bitches that you ever seen in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, whatever that showed up to Miami. You understand? And if you ever been to Miami, you know, Miami is consistent of a lot of different women. You got women from Fort Lauderdale. You got women from Miami, real Miami, meaning Aventura, Brickell, girls from over there in Hialeah. Even people down there in, what's down there under the bridge? I forgot what that shit is under the bridge. Start with an O. I forgot what it's called under the bridge, but that little area under there too. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. All of them come to Miami Beach. You understand? And so over in that area, and I don't know if it's Miami Beach they on or I can't say if they're in North Miami or Miami Beach. But either way it go, if they're getting these girls from Florida is like, I don't know, man. If you grew up down there, you know what I'm talking about. People grow up drinking in the streets. People grow up carrying pistols on them. People grow up, you know what I'm saying, jumping motherfuckers. People grow up like that. This is way fool you, for real. So time you ever visit Florida, don't let the fucking palm trees fool you. You will get fucked up down there. Trust me when I tell you this. Hey, no lie, you will get fucked up fucking with the motherfuckers down there in Florida. You understand what I'm saying? Be ready to shoot. Be ready to, you know what I'm saying, hurt something. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna try to hurt you. And they might come with the 3-clip chopper, 4-clip, you know what I'm saying, the stendos, whatever niggas is wild down there. You know what I'm saying? So I tell niggas straight up, don't go down there by yourself if you plan on, you know what I'm saying, you're a wild nigga, because niggas will set you straight real quick. You only got one pistol, nigga. One pistol. So for all the women that's sitting online or whatever, second time today, I will use my last podcast as an example. I showed y'all a video in the beginning, and I'll show some people when they come in, of a black woman that was being repeatedly punched by a white police officer, and a black cop came up to back him up, and he literally had to beg this man to stop punching this woman. That's disturbing. And I wasn't with it, but in my last podcast, I had a woman come in here and she said, that's right, all right, with your black ass, your black ass, your black ass. Next time you get beat down by the police, don't call on us. I said, wow. What I said about a judge that was having an affair on her husband hurt you so bad that you said to yourself, first of all, she told me to respect the woman. I ain't have to call the woman a bitch. I'm going to say for a second time, fuck that bitch. All right, for real. That's for you, ho. You understand what I'm saying? Now, with me saying that, this woman was having a 2-year affair in her chambers with a deputy from the police. But she should be respected? Nah, I ain't respecting no hoe like that. That's hoe behavior. You understand what I'm saying? And so I didn't respect it. It's just like that broad that was out there near Chicago. What was her name? The mayor chick, the little skinny mayor, dark-skinned chick that was stealing all the money from the town outside of Chicago right there. Whatever, Tiffany Hayward. That's her name. That's a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? You stole from all them black people around there and they elected you. And y'all don't want to call these women out for what they were. Your grandma would have called them a bitch. Your great auntie would have called them a bitch. But in this new era of assimilation, we must respect these bitches. Now that's a thought-ass, slut-ass bitch. Fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck what she is. Bitches that got PhDs as hoes. What you talking about? Your sexual innuendos don't change just because your profession changed, ho. Fuck wrong with you? So she got upset about that, and that's when she wrote that comment or whatever. Next time, your black ass, your black ass, your black ass, all this shit or whatever. I'll say, yeah, shit, mas, don't la. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. So anyway, she was just sitting there talking. That was one of the comments she wrote, and that's why I played that video of this black woman getting beat by the police because this niggas was beating her. And then when she got up, it was in the South. I couldn't believe how they got up. She was like, sir, let me talk to you, sir. Sir, this nigga just punched you in your mouth like 20 times, bitch. There ain't no sir. Nigga, hurry up and take me down to the precinct so we can take pictures of what the fuck you just did to me. That's what we doing. And get the captain on deck. These hoes are sitting out here trying to be considerate and have conversations. And it goes along to what I was talking about before, this preemptive folding that they have. There was a man in the background of the video. I'll video again in a minute. There was a man in the background of the video. You're going to hear him. And the man in the background of the video, he oh, Lord Jesus, may rebuke him in the name of Jesus. I said, nigga, rebuke him in the way of Jesus. These niggas ain't going to stop beating this bitch's ass. What is you talking? And so I saw the same type of behavior when the Chud the Butcher nigga was around or whatever down there in the South. And so I had to ask the question. I said, is there something going on with the niggas down South that they become so docile, but they ready to turn up on every nigga? Let me tell you something. It's real hostile in Miami when you down there with the local niggas. It can be real hostile. Real talk. It can be real hostile. If you were down there before, you know what I'm talking about. It can become real hostile. So I'm just like, yeah, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on down in Florida? Or the South in general. There's no diss to the South. Like, don't take it as a diss. It's not a diss to the South. I got ties to the South. I'm just asking, when did y'all niggas get so weak that y'all just got a thirst for niggas only? That's a question that need to be asked. Because if nobody, them niggas set up Young Dolph in Memphis, Tennessee. Chud the Butcher or the Builder was in Tennessee, right around the corner. Where was he at? He was in Nashville. Then he went to Clarksville, where he's from, I guess, or whatever. And I'm just looking, I'm like, yo, ain't nobody clapped that nigga? Like, I'm just asking the question. Ain't nobody clapped that nigga. And he was jumping in front of girls. He was macing people, all kinds of other shit. Nobody touched him. I was watching the video with one nigga. He followed him in the car. It was like, do something. Walk up to the car, do something. I dare you. I'm like, yo, well, for God's sake, would you just busted that nigga and get it over with? You giving the nigga time to prepare. Pop that nigga. If you gonna pop him, if not, pull the fuck off. And so the nigga like is sitting there antagonizing the nigga. I'm like, you just showed this nigga that you pussy. You understand what I'm saying? Because a real nigga was just pop this nigga. This nigga made a threat, pop that nigga. So I'm just wondering what's going on down there. Because the way they hit up Young Dolph, they made sure Young Dolph was up out of here. Is that fair? So why none of y'all niggas from Memphis could drive over there? And I gotta ask this question, and I people need to ask it. This is no diss to anybody in Memphis, but I'm just saying, Memphis, Tennessee. If y'all niggas set up Young Dolph and did what y'all did to Young Dolph, how come none of y'all niggas set up that Chud the Builder nigga? How come none of y'all niggas hit that nigga? Y'all right around the corner from Nashville. That's where I'm at. That's how our hands drop. I think that's a fair question to ask. And I think I should have a cease and desist on all violence on black and black if y'all can't come to terms of what y'all should have done to that nigga. What y'all did to that nigga, what y'all did to Young Dolph should have been done to that nigga. If you put it in retrospect. The same shit y'all did to Young Dolph, y'all should have did to that nigga. That nigga was jumping. Negotiate. I think Willie D. Good job, Willie. I think Willie D over there, he covered him, whatever. Really be catching some of these stories I don't be having sometimes. But I think Willie D, he was on the job, he covered it. But long story short, this dude was called Chad the Antagonizer. I think that's what his name is. Y'all can look him up. He disrespected somebody's grandma down there. They beat the nigga up, shot him a couple times, and set the nigga on fire. On my mom's. They set the nigga on fire. I said, God damn. You know what I'm saying? And he did that down south. So there's a couple real niggas still down. But I need y'all niggas down south to start getting on something. Y'all gotta get on something for real. If y'all getting on something with your own people, y'all got to get on something with these niggas like this right here. I shouldn't even have to ask you. Understand what I'm saying? Do what needs to be done, boys. Man. Watching. So anyway, because they coming. Oh, they coming. Let me show y'all this video clip, and then I'm gonna switch to what I want to show y'all. So this young lady, he approaches her, and the question is, does she have a warrant?
I don't have a warrant. I don't have a warrant or it's like in the house. What are you doing? I don't have a warrant. Oh, what's that in the house?
Let go. Let go. Let go.
Hold on 1 second.
I got her.
Stay right there, Bennett.
No, hold
Put your
on.
hands behind your back.
I don't have a warrant.
Did you see how many times he was punching that girl? Now look at the background. You see how that's in the South.
No, wow, excuse me.
You see there's just nothing but trees everywhere. This is a small town.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Excuse me.
Hands behind your back.
No, cooperate.
Cooperate. Hands behind your back. I rebuke the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the devil.
Yeah, that sounds like an old man in the background, so he probably don't want to get involved in that. But the girl that's right here was getting punched is obviously no older than like 22, 23 years old.
Excuse me.
Cooperate.
Excuse me.
That's what they do. Grab her hand.
No, excuse me.
That's crazy, right?
Put your hands behind your back now. Put your hands behind your back now.
No.
That's the South.
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't have a warrant.
Put your hands behind your back.
Hey, because they gonna operate, because they
No,
are
can you take me to mental health or something? I'm not on medication. Can you call my daddy? I'm not on my medication. Call my daddy.
That old man said, Lord have mercy. Da, da, da. Y'all can't fight it like that. Now, Bennett, before I go into that, give me 2 seconds. What story is fake, dude? What story did I present that's fake? Which one did you come in here to try to manipulate? Which story did I just show that was fake? Was it the fight with Myron and them and the bitch getting beat up? That was a fake story? Or was it the story right here of this girl, this poor black girl getting punched in her mouth? And even though them bitches get on my nerves, I don't stand for no shit like that. Getting punched in her face repeatedly by this white man. What story was fake? Or was the story about the judges fake? What story was fake? I already don't like your motherfucking ass. Yeah, you got the fuck up on out of here, you bitch ass nigga. You hoe ass nigga. I saw when you left up out of here, you hoe ass nigga. And back to what I was saying. I saw when did y'all see when he dropped out the chat? If you was paying attention to the chat, he dropped out the chat when I said what I said. See what I told you? I told you the employees be on here working hard. Pay attention. Same thing. Didn't have no profile picture. You understand what I'm saying? When was this profile made? You got attention. Their bots are hard at work. This was made 3 years ago. No subscribers, no material. Ain't no way you gonna come in and talk about any of the stories I presented as fake, nigga. Fuck out of here. Now, if you talking about that Charleston white shit, you understand what I'm saying? I don't think that's fake either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna report on it. And who the fuck are you to come in my chat and tell me what's fake and what's real? I don't know you. You ain't donated nothing. There's a nigga that's in here. I'm gonna call him out right now. Some nigga named Jamal knows 7 times. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm about to bless you $5,000, brother. I told you, watch when they call you brother. That means they're gonna fuck you over. He's been here for a year, got 1 subscriber. I'm about to bless you with $5,000 on Cash App, brother. Brother. I ain't got no brothers. Black people don't like me. Kidding? He said that. How long ago did he write that? He wrote that. No, because we're gonna blast him out later on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I finish this motherfucking live, and you ain't came through like you said you was. We making fun of you all for the rest of the week. This for doing some dumb shit like that. You don't come in people's shit doing dumb stuff. Ass man. And that's the shit to be killing me. It be grown ass men to be on shit like this. Grown ass man. It's all good. I ain't gonna dish you either. You might be telling the truth. You know what I mean, time will reveal. Anyway, I want to show this. This is Charleston White's TV show. Whether the video is real or not real, I don't know. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show y'all just a consideration of the video or whatever, and then I'm gonna take me a little break. We might come back. I'm not sure. but we might come back. I don't know. I might just do uploads or whatever because I'm in for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even got no bread to move around like that. I got to pay bills, son, and I don't get no support.
That shit so,
if this is your first time here, the African American community doesn't financially support me. So most of it's solely based on the fact of concerning with the, I guess, the FBA crowd. That's what they, I ain't really got nothing against them, but they have a lot against me. Them, the ADOS crowd, a couple gossiping bloggers or whatever. Basically what they do is they pick and pull people that they don't like. Usually it's people that are strong. They pick and pull people they don't like, and they start rumors about them or tell people, don't donate to them, little whispers and shit. This is what they do. But these same people will still come onto your channel, watch your channel. So be careful of that or whatever. Like I said, African Americans don't support me, especially African American men. They just like to critique all the time like a bunch of sissies, it seems like. But if you are, you know what I'm saying, cool, make sure you hit the Cash App up, $STRINGERBELL80. But please be aware, no matter what I come on here and say, and y'all see, even when I start conversations that benefit them, they will still come in and they will still hate these, the black people nowadays are kind of evil. You know what I mean? In my retrospect, and I come around from some evil motherfuckers myself, but these people like intentionally are evil. And that's why I said some kind of demon has slipped up in them. I don't know what it is, but shit like that. Like you see the guy in here, I'm gonna drop you $5,000, brother. No, you're not. Why would you even write something like that? Right? And that's intention. I'm gonna get them mad. I'm getting excited. They're very devious. So you have to, pay attention to that. It's all good though. We good. We good.
That shit felt very personal.
Nigga, don't take it personal.
Actually, I want to side with him. I'm gonna side with him because he's being nice. You know what? I got you.
No, don't take it personal, big old nigga. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Now what? Boy, you didn't come prepared. Look, your head ain't even strong enough. Your head ain't even strong enough. Your head ain't even strong enough. No, you ain't gotta do that. Hey, you ain't gotta do that now. Hey, motherfucker, he ain't strong enough. He ain't strong enough. Relax.
All right, that's it.
I got a taser or a mace. Do I mace him?
Yo, what do you got? Pepper spray?
I burn that right now.
No.
What you mean? I burn right now? What you mean? Big old motherfucker, I told him I burn right now.
You have a taser? There's no weapons. Bro,
Keep up, man. That's a misunderstanding. All motherfucking explanation. Nigga, who you think you is, nigga?
Alright. No, not to get out. What's up? Knock him out.
You ain't all kind of roll. Come back some more, nigga. Did jail or what?
David, hold on. No, don't do that to Chris.
Next episode.
And it might be, there's some more to it.
No Love in Miami.
This is the name of the show.
Nigga, 911. On what, nigga? Call the police on your big aggressive ass.
Charles, you carry pepper spray around? No, that was bear spray. There's no bears. Dave, you're not gonna solve anything right now.
Oh my God, bro. Real shit. You saw that, right?
Yeah, you about to get sprayed. You keep fucking with me, nigga. Take the bear spray. You better shut your bitch ass up. Hopefully you get it right now, nigga.
Oh, shit. They be funny as hell sometimes.
Moved in, claiming they recently.
Shit's crazy. Anyway, I don't know if that shit is real or not. It even in the sense of it, it was just funny to me, and I liked it. And Charleston White did base that nigga. You right up the alley with me because that's how. That's why it was funny to me. I was like, yo, this nigga kind of like me, like bass, stun gun. Anyway, shout out to Charleston White, whatever he doing there. In conclusion, real quick for my show to this hour, I'm gonna do another one in a little bit probably, but for my conclusion of my show right now, I just want to say shout out to everybody that engaged in the conversation or whatever that I didn't block or whatever for saying some dumb shit or interrupting my shit or whatever. Shout out to you all, whatever. I didn't receive one single donation, but that's all right. I did 4 lives a day and didn't see one donation, but it's all good. It's all good. I know what's going on here. You understand? I'm not worried about it. Sometimes you gotta embrace motherfuckers hating. I'm saying you gotta just embrace it. You know what I mean? But let me just make sure, just in case, I don't want to leave nobody out if they did donate or whatever, or whatever. No, they did. That's all good though. I ain't worried about that. I wasn't like I said, I'm talking to black people. I'm not really expecting it. They don't like me. They like what I have to say sometimes, but they don't like me. That's a very big difference when you're dealing with that crowd. And I'm not gonna sit here and cuss y'all out or nothing like that, no silly shit like that. Just put it out the back. There's women and men that can get on here, and I hope y'all go through this. I'm gonna leave this one up. There are black men and black women, I'm talking to you specifically, and Latin men and Latin women, I'm talking to y'all specifically, that do nothing but fall under the order of gossiping and have started this thing where even a lot of the women are telling men. I've seen podcasts where the women are telling men. Said this woman, I forgot who it was. I think it was the Cooley dude, if I'm right. And she said something like to the effect of, and black women ain't donating to black men no more. That's why they mad. And I said, wow. So you purposely did that. But Chud the Butcher made $375,000 in 2 days. That's crazy to me. So yeah, you got people within black and Latin culture that's in each other, and particularly I understand. And the men are starting to wake up, and they'd be like, "All right, well, bitch, if you love them so much, go on over there and sit with them." You understand what I'm saying? If you love racists so much, go on over there with them. Don't come back over this motherfucker though. You know what I mean? And I can't blame them. I can't blame them. You come under a lot of attack looking like me, but this new one, the financial attack, that was new for me. That was new for me. The financial attacks, that's a new strategy right there. It's really some Nazi shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said a lot of these people, you gotta understand, they're socialists, communist supporters, and fascists. A lot of these black people, they don't even know it, but that's what they are. Those are tenets of that. That's what the Nazis used to do. The Nazis used to invoke financial sabotage, food crap sabotage, shit like that, or whatever, whatever. So these are actually enemies on the building. These are people that thoroughly discovered or somehow a mechanism or another socialism, communism, and fascism. And these are the people that are out here in the community today. So be very careful because these bitches, they'll do it to you too. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I just gotta wait it out. That's all. I ain't really worried about it. I'm kind of glad it kind of worked like that because that means I just work hard and whatever I make out from the app, not the people, the app. Whatever I make out of the app, it'll be a pretty good bunch. So yeah, why not wait it out? You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing in disguise, so much. But what hurt me, well, not even hurt me, what bothered me was the fact that a month before, I gotta say this again, a month before my birthday was May 14th, this past, not too long ago, less than 10 days ago. On May 14th, my birthday, a month before that, I put up a link and I said, yo, listen, I'm just trying to gain 500 so I got some fun and shit like that for my birthday, right? And just like the year before last, and just like the year before last, nobody wanted to donate to me. I literally never asked for donations. I literally don't. But I was like, damn, my birthday though? But I seen a broad that had a birthday on the 16th. And this bitch don't do nothing but gossip, talk down about her own people all the time, do the little what's the shit called? I'm exposing so and so. See, the bitch was probably here. That's why she just logged off. And you know the bitch I was talking about. That's why you logged off. And it was just $100, $50, and she talked like this, Lord, child, this a mess, Lord, you know, all that, you know, mammy shit. And the mammy voice will take you a long way. Like Tasha K, she uses mammy voice. You know what I'm saying? That's what it, for some reason or another, it invigorates them when you do mammy voice. It's psycho, each other, black people. But they love that mammy voice. I can't do the mammy voice. I can't do the mammy voice. I can't do Stephen voice. Lord, Lord, Lord. Like you heard the old man in the video where the girl was getting beat. Lord, Lord, I rebuke you, Jesus. You better go get your shotgun and lay one of them niggas down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something, I don't know, but it's just I have come. Let me show you like this. I want to be cool. I want to be cool. Somebody asked me and they said, yo, what do you mean about black people? You don't like hanging around black people like that? And I said, I don't. I really don't no more. I really don't. All my experiences may be different than yours, but all my experiences interacting with black people have been horrible. Horrible, except for one. And every last one have been horrible. That includes dating. There was only one of them that was straight edge. You know what I'm saying? These people had a lot of class, and I should have stayed with that girl. But I didn't. She was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black girl. I actually had two of them. I mistake that. It was two of them because it was Monique too. And Monique was cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a couple relationships in my young years I fucked up. I can admit that. But long story short here, right? Let me say this. I have learned from even after my birthday, and only one black woman donated $50 to me. I learned after my birthday, this whole entire week, I've said, yo, I ain't getting my YouTube check. Can y'all help out? I need 20 niggas just to donate $20 out there. You know what I'm saying? That'll do. That ain't even a lot of money. Then I dubbed it down. I said, I just need 5 niggas to give it $20. And still there wasn't no response. So I think about it. You got to see the way I think about it. I ain't got no kids with me right now, and I plan on being an older dad. And I'm like, I got to make this. There's a lot of planning if you're a smart man that goes into having a family. The family is the most important thing for me. It is the most important thing over everything. I need my kid to have a structure of a family where no matter what happens to them or goes on with them, they can go to that family and they will be helped. I need a community of people around that kid where if he needs a problem to be solved, whether it be something that can be solved financially or something that can be solved by a tool, I need him to have a community to do that with. Now, if I'm seeing what his dad is going through, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to reach out to these people and having conversations that are way more deeper than these people are having on the surface top of gossiping about rappers, the superstars, and who's sleeping with who. And they get hundreds of dollars for doing so. It's just amazing to me how, and I bring this back to the Cheyenne Bryant broad. There are people that are still willing to sit down and pay a fee to have this fake doctor talk to them. There's something psychologically going on with these people. And the only thing I can just say it is vanity, narcissism, and all the traits of the devil. And white people going through the same thing. But it's just, I don't know. It's devilish. It's demonic. I mean, you don't have to give me a fucking dime. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple people I can call, be like, yo, let me hit me with a couple of joints. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And now that I think about it, I know who that was from the X in my chat, too. Stupid ass name. I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh, okay, I just remember your real name. You know what I'm saying? I remember your real name now. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm not really bothered by it. I'm not, you can't hurt me like that. You tried for 3 years in a row. See, when you got the same subscribers and you saying, yo, listen, throw something in the cash app, you know what I'm saying, nigga, Joy's birthday or whatever. And niggas see you working every day, uploading shit every day, editing every day. That's niggas just saying, fuck you, especially if they come and visit your podcast and shit on a regular basis. So I learned with these followers and these crowds, these niggas are something different now. And these niggas don't mean you no good. They're here to evaluate you. They're here to try to read you. They're here to try to incite you to say something vicious to people most of the time. And you have to avoid that. And since I don't do that, I don't do whole smash sessions on people that don't deserve it. I never have. I'm not just because something is trending. Let me go in on this person and act like I'm better than them. Just like I read you about the definition about people addicted to social media. This is recently. I'll read it to you again real quick just so you can have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Because some people, I understand. You don't have no idea what I'm talking about in a moment. So let me go back to it real quick and pull up this definition so y'all can hear it for yourself and you'll understand what I'm talking about. And it shouldn't take me nothing but a second to do it. So it was my fucking history thing. There we go. Pop up. Hold on one second. I just read it just a minute ago. Where is it at? Conformity definition. Yep, here we go right here. So let me read this off to you guys real quick so you can understand what I'm talking about. And here it goes. And I love this definition because it's got so many different whistle names in it. People are drawn to gossip because it provides quick emotional boosts. It creates a sense of belonging, builds temporary trust through secret sharing, and often a false sense of power. However, an obsession with gossip usually points to a deeper struggle. Psychologists identify several core drivers behind chronic gossipers: deep insecurity and low self-esteem. People often put others down to make their own lives feel more important or to hide their personal flaws. Boredom or dissatisfaction: when individuals are unhappy or lack fulfillment in their own lives, they focus excessively on drama of others. Connection through negativity: sharing secrets or disparaging remarks can be a way to quickly bond with someone else. It's a quick fix for a relationship rather than building bonds through shared positive interest. So that means it's negative. Lack of boundaries. Chronic gossipers struggle to separate their personal business from their private lives of others. Others blurring the line between harmless sharing and malicious rumors. Navigating relationships with people who constantly gossip can be exhausting. Consider these psychological insights and read more about them in Psychiatry Today. Let me read another one for y'all because this was another one too. This is a sickness that these people have. So if you pay attention to the urban space on this app, this is all they do is gossip. And of course, I'm gonna lose 2 or 3 people that's listening to me because they don't want to hear this. No, I want to keep doing my drugs. That's what they say to you, really. You know what I'm saying? No, I want to keep doing my drugs. You know what I'm saying? These are drug addicts. Whether you believe me or not, these people are drug addicts, and their drug of choice is gossiping. You understand? Some people gonna get it, some people ain't. The people that are against you get it. And you will too, sooner or later. Hopefully, that's not too late. There's a whole bunch of plans for y'all. Y'all don't even know it. People are suspect. Yeah, I read that one off. So that's the only one. I thought I had another one too, but it was just that one. And that one's fine enough. So you understand what I'm talking about now. That's sad. But in this market on this, and I just got to talk about this real quick and then I'm going to get up off of here. But it's just amazing to me that you can be somebody, you can be a man of color. You listen, first of all, do not go through life believing as a man of color that you have allies. You have none. You have none except for the immediate people that you know. Don't you run out here as a stranger and think a strange person is going to help you out. They are not going to help you out. Trust me on this one. And so I want you to be ambiguous of that, be mindful of that, and keep that in your back for every time that you walk the earth. Men that look like me. Remember that. You have no friends, no true friends, except for the friends that you made on your own or the friends you grew up with. Those are your friends. Other than that, meeting people, what's the name? And this app has taught me that. These strangers that I meet on this app, whatever the case may be, are some of the worst people I've ever met in my entire fucking life. I have never been around the horrible people that are on these apps. Like, people are horrible. A lot of them are neurotic. I just read your definition of the psychosis. And so, and this is from the World Health Journal. And there's a couple other different ones that were covering it too. World Health, they have one for the federal government that covers it as well. This is very true. This is a disease, and these people are addicted to drugs. Drug is gossip, and they don't realize it. And that's why I said this app is a social experiment. So do it bother me when I ask my quote unquote brothers to, throw a couple dollars in the cash app, man. You see a nigga trying to move a skate or whatever, and they just look at you and say, no. That lets me know if we ever got into a war and it was a race war or something like that. Yo, brother, help me. No. That means if you had an escape hatch or something like that or whatever, and the warriors are after us or whatever in that same war, that means you'd be like, gotta close the door. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that you don't fall under the narcissism or the tempted belief that these black dudes have your back. They don't. They're not raised like that, dude. They're raised to be just like the women, and that's why they join in on women's gossiping. That's why they come to defense of women gossiping. And as you heard me just read, gossiping is a psychological disorder. So you figure it out, And that's what I would say about that. Other than that, I don't hate any of you. I just know where to be at with you. And I know these people are not a friend of mine. And so you have to move on, right? Is that fair? Is that fair? You show me kiss my ass, so I'm saying the same thing. And now, the funny, clever thing about it is I have all these little clever, usually for the people that's watching, I have all these little clever things they say to you. Well, if you did this, you did that, But if you said that to them, when these niggas come out and be like, we're going to need y'all to donate some money for the funeral. The family got to go GoFundMe up for the family. You understand what I'm saying? And then niggas go donate to this, and it's some chick or some nigga or whatever. You have to be in a nigga space to get donations from niggas. As simple as that. So, you know what I'm saying? It don't bother me, bro. I'm different than them, and I can live with that. I'm cool with that. So, shout out to everybody that thought they was gonna hurt me. I was just gonna be in so much despair, blah 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 blah, and whatever. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep on going, keep on moving, or whatever. I know what I'm doing. So we're going to get more people in here. I'm going to go in today. I had 81 people subscribe to me. We got to block most of them because they go to sit here and do the same thing. Black niggas like to sit back and gather information. That's what they do. They're very observant and use that against you. So the women and the men. So you have to be very, very creative when you're dealing with them because you got to realize there's going to be at least 6 or 7 of them in there that's going to want to do you dirty out of 10. What it is. So y'all have a good night. Thank you for not donating. Thank you for not hitting the like button. I appreciate you. And y'all enjoy y'all insanity.